Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a piece of tech that's so common, you probably use it every single day without even thinking about it. And yet, it's one of the most powerful forms of AI ever created. I mean, seriously, have you ever stopped to wonder how on earth does your phone's photo app automatically find and tag you and your friends? It's not magic, I promise. It's a field of artificial intelligence that is absolutely fascinating, and we're going to unpack it right now. All right, let's get into it. The secret behind all of this is a branch of AI called computer vision. And the name says it all, right? It's all about teaching machines to see, and more importantly, to understand the visual world just like we do. So, at its heart, computer vision is really the science of giving computers a sense of sight. The whole goal is to build systems that can look at an image or a video, process what's in it, and then actually pull out meaningful information. So what can it really do? Well, the list is huge and it's growing every day. We're not just talking about identifying a coffee cup. It's about understanding the whole scene, tracking things as they move, figuring out what a gesture means, and then using all of that information to make a smart decision. But here's the key. For a computer to see, it first has to learn what things are. And that brings us to the real engine behind this whole revolution. That engine is called deep learning. Honestly, the best way to think about it is as a system that's inspired by our own brains. It uses these things called neural networks. And the deep part, that just means these networks have tons and tons of layers, which lets the machine learn incredibly complex patterns from data, kind of like how we learn from experience. Now, you might be thinking, wait, haven't we had AI for a while now? And you're right, but this is different, really different. See, with old school machine learning, a human had to do all the hard work up front. They had to tell the computer exactly what features to look for, look for pointy ears or look for a furry texture to find a cat. But with deep learning, the system figures out those features all by itself. It just looks at thousands of pictures of cats and learns what catness is. That's the aha moment. It can spot patterns a human would never even notice. And that right there, that ability for a machine to teach itself, is the breakthrough. It's the reason why the world of AI has completely exploded in the last decade. Just look at this chart. It tells the whole story. With the older methods, you could feed them more and more data, but eventually they just hit a wall. They didn't really get any smarter. But deep learning is the opposite. The more data you throw at it, the better it gets. Its performance just keeps shooting up. In our world of massive data, this is an absolute game changer. So let's quickly walk through what happens. First, an image or video comes in. The system cleans it up a bit, gets it ready. Then the deep learning model goes to work, automatically finding all the important features, edges, shapes, colors, you name it. It uses those patterns to make a guess, and finally it spits out an answer, like a label that just says cat. Okay, so now that we get the big picture, let's zoom in on the actual tools in the computer's toolkit, because it can answer different kinds of questions about an image. The most basic, most fundamental question you can ask is pretty simple. What am I looking at? And the technique that answers that question is called image classification. It's the simplest task, really. The computer looks at the entire image and just assigns it one single label, like cat, dog, or beach. Easy enough. But what if that's not enough? We don't just want to know if there's a cat in the picture, we want to know where is it. For that, you need object detection. Now this is a major step up. The goal here isn't just to label the whole image, it's to find specific objects within it, figure out where they are, and draw a little box right around them. This is what your phone does when it finds faces in a photo. But for the absolute highest level of detail, we have to ask an even more precise question. Which exact pixels in this image belong to that cat? And this is where semantic segmentation comes in. This is incredibly precise work. Instead of just a box, this technique classifies every single pixel in the image. It creates a perfect pixel-by-pixel outline of the object. Think about self-driving cars. They need this level of detail to understand the exact shape of every pedestrian, car, and lane marking on the road to drive safely. Okay, these techniques are amazing, but this isn't just some lab experiment. This technology is already woven into the fabric of our world. That face recognition that unlocks your phone, that's biometric security. But it's so much bigger than that. It's helping doctors spot diseases in medical scans way earlier than the human eye can. It's giving robots the ability to see and navigate the world. It's even building the 3D models for virtual and augmented reality. It is, quite literally, everywhere. This quote from our source material really ties it all together perfectly. AI is the big overarching goal of creating machines that can think like us. And deep learning, well, that's the powerful tool that finally gave those machines the ability to see. So we've essentially given machines the gift of sight. When you stop and think about it, that's incredible. But it also leaves us with a really big question. Now that they can see, what do we want them to look for? As this tech gets more and more powerful, the choices we make about how we use it will be more important than ever.